most dangerous recession of all times. Hi, welcome back to the Marketing for Business podcast. This is your host, Scott Wilson. Yeah, it's true. We're heading into one of the most dangerous recessions of all time. It's called the trust recession. Yep, that's right. I know right now we're in a financial recession, and for a number of businesses, it's tough out there and it's really, really hard. Look, even with the stock markets, with America, with everything, high interest rates, etc. The financial recession is real, but I believe the trust recession that we're heading into now is even more important. It's so important. I've actually got notes here. I've got notes here on my computer, and I'm going to be going through this because, look, the world data's in. We're actually at the lowest point of trust in the last 50 years. Actually, in general decline of trust, there's a great study around the 2024 Alderman Trust Barometer indicates that the broad trust, basically, across all sectors, including government, media, and business, is down. There is some good news to it, though. The trust in peers actually remains relatively strong, and it's suggesting that personal relationships still hold strong, and there's really value in building trust. And I want you to remember that point because this is the Marketing for Business podcast, after all. So I'm going to take you through this and where I see the opportunities for you as a business owner. Look, because make no mistake, skepticism is at its all-time high. We've got media trust issues, like we only, in New Zealand here, we've seen some of the media go away. We have real declining trust in traditional media. I know for a lot of the team I employ here, I don't think anyone watches the 6 o'clock news or listens to the news. They get their news media from other outlets. Corporates are in doubt. We have real concerns over some of the information that are coming out of the corporates. And you only have to look at some of the large corporate crises that have happened over the last few years to look at that. And another key thing to this is information is abundant now, right? Before we got our information from only a few sources. But look, social media platforms like, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok have a vast amount of information and user-generated content. So that makes it even more challenging discerning what's real and what's not real. And obviously technology is playing a part in that as well. Search engines, well, we've already seen what Google got caught with this week in the antitrust and how Apple was playing with that as well. And online reviews, people believe what other people say. Sites like TripAdvisor, Amazon, Yelp, Google's own platform, where people can get information and get their source of truth from those reviews. Sadly, obviously people can play another part in that as well, where they can put fake reviews, etc. One of the other things is competition is everywhere. Let's just look at retail in New Zealand, the retail landscape. We got the warehouse, we've got farmers, but competing with global giants like Amazon, AliExpress, and now Temu is in there. It's a fiercely competitive environment, and it has been for a while. Hospitality. I read an article in the paper today. Well, I didn't even read it. I was waiting for a coffee and I saw it, so I glanced over it. But the abundance of restaurants and cafes, especially in Christchurch since the earthquakes, which is putting a real pressure on that hospitality environment. Real estate's competitive. Also, I think today, with the trust recession is, what you need to understand is your prospects are actually more sophisticated than you give them credit for. And I understand this I used to work at Bond & Bond, and I remember talking to people about that experience and how I would take time to read the manual. I would also interview the reps that would come in that were selling the product and interview them about the quality of the product, what's in it, what are the benefits, etc., which allowed me to really sell that to the consumers coming in. But today, we've got rich tech savvy, rich people coming in that are doing their research online. Even before they come in and see you, they already know what they want to buy, and they're sophisticated about their buying habits and their buying the way they want to buy. We've also got in the health and wellness space, a growing amount of consumers really seeing that as more and more important, right? So what are you doing from a wellness perspective and a sustainability perspective to actually help them as well? And I think also people are coming in with a little bit more financial acumen around the products that you offer and the deals that are available in the marketplace. I also think when you think about people they're upskilling themselves, especially the young people even in this office, they're using things like Sharesy, etc., to get involved in the marketplace, to understand what's going on and educate themselves from a financial position. And I think that's where you see prospects are doing a lot more research. They're making reviews, they're making purchases. They're looking at things and they're really getting involved in what they're doing. And if you're not involved in this, then someone else is seeing trustworthy to these people. So I think this is the opportunity. More comparative shopping's going on. They're using Price Spy and Price Me and all these other products that allow you to educate yourself on where the best deals are and who's got the best offers. In recessionary times, this is what people do, and you need to meet that and understand that and grow the trust with the people that you're doing business with. Because here's the thing, social proof can play a big part in that as well. People seeking recommendations from other people and what they're doing and looking at things that they're doing and where they're shopping, etc., or what they're posting. It does all matter. Because frankly, here's the thing, people don't trust you anymore. They've got data private concerns. There's a lot of things going on. Advertising skepticism is happening out there in the marketplace. And look, this all makes people fed up with your big claims, your crazy guarantees and your shiny tactics, right? People aren't buying into our promises anymore. And not at least until you show them actually how you can help them, okay? And look, you can't do that with a 60-second reel or one blog post. That's just not enough these days, right? And look, I'm going to give you some ideas that you can use in your business in this podcast, but here's the thing. There's a recent study done by Google. And it basically says, people need to see at least about 10 hours of content now across multiple channels for people to feel confident about making a significant buying decision. And I just think that's interesting of itself, right? And look, the study lines up with a lot of things that I've read, a number of reports coming out of Google around the Think Google, Think First and all that sort of stuff. They have a thing called the messy middle. And I think this is really interesting for business owners. And look, the messy middle basically looks at, okay, where a purchaser and where their journey is and where it highlights the opportunities to constantly be looping in and out of that customer's journey, that buying journey, right? And in between where they are, looking at things, exploring things, and consuming a vast amounts of content to help them make that buying decision. And I don't know if you've bought anything recently or when you're making those decisions, I just want you to think about your own buying habits. Do you go and do some research? Do you go do some planning? Maybe you're looking at a holiday, etc. You go do some planning. You go visit things. You go and find out a whole bunch of things. You may still use a travel agent, but you're doing the research yourself. And it's including a number of touch points. So people are looking in the search engines. They might be looking on social media. They might be looking and asking ChatGPT for some answers. They may be looking at review sites. The thing is, people are gathering all those information, to help them. And this is what Google talks about, the messy middle. Where are you showing up and how are you showing up inside that 10 hours to make sure that you're on the shopping list? Content consumption is up, right? The average, consumer engages various forms of content over a significant period, and I've started to see this even with our social media and our marketing. We put out a lot of content in a whole bunch of different areas, and people are starting to come to us because we're educating the marketplace on creating content, and we're educating on the value of doing business with us. And what happens is we start to see people coming in from all these different areas. Today one was from LinkedIn. We also got a lead from our Facebook. We also got a lead from Instagram and a lead from our website. They all start to come in from different areas. Here's the common theme. A lot of people say to us, hey, Scott, we love what your marketing's doing, and we want to do something similar. We just don't know how. And it's that multi-channel approach that really it has allowed us to reach a different audience on different levels too. So consumers, they don't rely on a single source of content or a single source of media these days. They still might be listening to radio. They still might be watching a bit of TV. Chances are they're watching it on demand, but they're definitely consuming. They might be consuming on LinkedIn. They might be consuming on TikTok. They might be consuming on Instagram, Facebook, etc. They might be researching and looking on Google. And that's the thing. You need to have a comprehensive and consistent plan across all these different platforms to build up trust and confidence. And this is the thing. Content over time builds up that trust and confidence. And look, I think the insights there about being consistent and how businesses need to be consistently providing valuable, relevant content, accessible content across various channels sings to something that's really close to my heart. And look, if you've heard this podcast a number of times, you would have heard me say this plenty of times, but you have to have consistency of message plus frequency of reach to become relevant. The more relevant you are, the more sales you will make. The most relevant brands today are making the most sales. And to become relevant, you have to have a consistent message that resonates with your target market, with the people that can and want to do business with you. And you must be frequent with them. You must have that 10 hours of consumption of them consuming your content. Obviously, you can speed that up with video and you can speed it up with advertising. But at the end of the day, if you want to become relevant, you have to have those. And look, remember, not only are we in a trust recession, we're actually in a global and a financial recession. I say global because America's already in a recession. The stats will come out soon that they are. So people are taking longer to make buying decisions. And because they don't know who you are, and they don't know what to believe anymore. So you've got to create that content. You've got to step out of your comfort zones and start creating content to get in front of those people, to add value to them so they get to know, like, and trust you. Because, for me, if you can focus on a few ideas, if you can put some content out there and you can be useful with that content, then you'll build know, like, and trust in the marketplace. And that is my goal for you from listening to this content. So here's the thing. I think I'm going to give you about seven ideas written down here about how you can become more useful in the marketplace, how you can build know, like, and trust, and how you can bridge the trust recession. Because make no mistake, the trust recession is real, and if you don't bridge it and your competitors do, they will outmarket you and they will take market share in this recession. Okay, so number one is content marketing with focus on transparency. You want to build behind the scenes content. You want to create posts and videos and social media and stories that showcase what you're doing, your team members. We're going and filming team members, talking about our clients' teams, going on sites, seeing them on sites, building that transparency and trust with your audience about who you are as a business, and not just the face of your logo, etc., but who you actually are as a business. Building educational, insightful content. People want those insights that you can share with them. That are related to how you help them. Maybe you could do that through writing some content. You could do it through some webinars. You could do it through a downloaded resource, or you can do it through these videos, giving them value in advance. It could be as simple as just sharing some of the things that you really know what work. And I guarantee if I sat down with you for 15 minutes, I'll ask you a few questions. I'll get information out of your head that you know it's already in there. But I know as a marketer how people want to digest that and how they want to consume it. So look, if you want some help, here's the thing. 021 891 934, 021 891 934. And look, Renee from my team can help you with this. Bronte from my team can help you with this. I can help you with this. We're ready to help more businesses get out of this trust recession. Number two is leverage user-generated content and partnerships. Look, I think, you'll hear me say this all the time, get known by the success of your clients. Where are you using your client testimonials and your customer testimonial reviews to leverage your business, to show that you are a business that can be trusted? I want you to encourage your customers to share their experiences with you. Feature these testimonials on your website, on your social media channels. Don't just get a Google review and then not use it anywhere else. Say it and tell as many people as you can. And then look, if there's a way to get involved with maybe a local influencer or someone that has authority with your marketplace, maybe now's a good time to do that. Just make sure it's a win-win-win for your business. Number three is engage in community engagement, social responsibility initiatives. Maybe you could sponsor some local events, some local sports teams, and get back to the grassroots of what your business is and who you are. I know for a lot of our clients, they do sponsor local teams. They're involved in the communities. There wouldn't be. I'd say we'd have a client in every major city, but most towns over 50,000 with people with people in them. We'd have a client in them, and I know all our clients are doing really good things in all those local areas. For me personally, charitable contributions are really important. We have 3 charity partners that we look after, and we're wanting to do that to increase our engagement, increase what we can do to help people in these times. We understand, what we need to be doing. Hey, look, and make no mistake, we market the fact that we're doing that. We're actually helping those people, because here's the thing, it's a win-win-win for us. We get to use our skills and we get to align with those charity partners, which help bridge, once again, that trust recession that's out there in the marketplace. Definitely you want to have interactive and personalized marketing campaigns. Where could you maybe creating some polls, some quizzes, some interactive videos, engaging customers, etc., making them feel part of your brand experience? Where could you be doing that? Maybe some customized offers to your special clients. I'm pretty sure if you look through your database, you'll have a bunch of clients that buy from you again and again and again. What could you be doing for those people? What could you be doing and making offers to get them to come in during these times? And personalized email campaigns. Don't underestimate the power of email. Using the relationship you have with that list and your list, and getting a bit more personalized in it and adding more value to that list. Personal favorite of mine, number 5, is host live events. Look, we just hosted a live event where we had a bunch of our clients come in for pizza. At one of our clients, Winnebago's, and we had 60 odd clients there, and just talking and networking together. Personally, I love that. I think that's one of the ways you can bridge the trust recession. They get to talk to everyone gets to talk together, network together. But hey, and look, anyone could do this. Even if you're a local tire shop, you could be getting a group of business owners to come down to your business. Put on a couple of pizzas, put on some drinks, and really build a community in these tough times. Because here's the thing. Look, tough times don't last, but tough people do. You've got to stick together. So who else could you bring in and do maybe even a joint venture on this? And look, it doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. It's 60 odd clients there. We're actually having it at our client event as well. It's at one of our clients' venues. And I think all up it costs us a couple of grand to do that. And look, the value out of that is way more than the monetary value. We get to eyeball our clients. We get to talk to them. We get to hear their concerns and help, and best of all, they get to network with everyone else as well. So maybe you could host an event, or maybe you could have an interactive webinar where you can get some of your customers on and they can ask questions, etc. Live Q&A sessions. You could go on a Facebook Live or Instagram Live and just ask questions, answer questions from people that have questions. Let people behind the velvet rope and become a voice in your industry. Make no mistakes. There'll be people wanting to ask questions in your industry. No one's actually doing it. You stepping up and doing it could be the answer to them trusting you and your business more. Number 6 is to develop a loyalty program. Look, there's a lot of loyalty apps out there these days, and a lot of them have lasted for a long time. Success leaves clues in that. So what could you do? What could you do through creating a loyalty program around your clients that repeat? Maybe there's some things that you could do. Maybe if you thought about it, and who has my clients before me and after me, or did a deal with someone that you could, it doesn't actually have to be your product, that you could bring in as a gift to your loyal customers. Just thinking about things in a different way. It doesn't always have to come off your bottom line, etc. Incentives for referral incentives could be a good one around that loyalty program as well. Encouraging your existing clients to refer, some of their customers. Now, look, I know in New Zealand we don't really like, I know personally I don't really like giving money for referrals or anything like that. I just would rather give them a referral. If they gave me a referral, it just win-win, works out in the same place. But maybe there's some incentives there. Look, and I think lastly, once again, I'm going to double back down on this one, is utilize social proof and case studies. Look, to get across the trust recession today, you definitely have to get known by the success of your clients, but you also want to get known by the success of what you've done for those clients, right? So creating some case studies on some successful projects, some successful campaigns, and I would challenge any business can do this too. I don't care if you're a restaurant, or you're a tire shop, or you're a lawyer, or you're a plumber, etc. I'll sit with you in 15 minutes and I'll show you how you can create a case study out of something, showcasing your real world results for your clients. And I think that's really important. Maybe there's some things that you could do to show those on your website. There's some great tools out there today that show who's purchased recently, or even all your Google reviews on your website. There's lots of tools, and I think just get known by the success of your clients and showcase those, because here's the thing: we are in a trust recession, and the way through the trust recession is to be more transparent, to be more open, to be more out there. Look, I know it's not the easiest to come and shoot video content or put yourself out there, but at the end of the day, or go and do some talks, etc. But at the end of the day, if you want your business to grow and thrive and be part of this growing economy, because here's the thing, as Mike James says, you don't design your marketing, or you don't build your marketing for the recession. You market for the rebound. You've got to get yourself in the mindset of, hey, this what I'm doing now is going to help me when this market rebounds. You want to be around for the rebound, okay? Because this is where businesses start to grow. Okay, so those 7 areas are going to help you bridge this trust recession. Now, here's the thing. I know that it's easy for me to say this because I've been doing this such a long time, but I really want to help you, okay? It's easy for me to talk about marketing and to see the other side of marketing, because I have such a wealth of experience in seeing client success and clients grow from recessions, etc. So here's the thing, 15 minutes, give me a call. And let's have a chat, okay? Or just text me, 021-891-934, and we can have a chat about your marketing. We can chat about what you could do in your local area to grow your business, okay? I'm really serious about this. Look, we are in a recession. We are in the trust recession. The way to get through this is to be helping each other together. So, appreciate your time. One thing you can do for me as a favor, though, is you can share this podcast. This is an important episode. Like every episode, but this is important. We're in the trust recession. We need to help business owners get out of this trust recession. So share this podcast. Share it on LinkedIn. Share it on Instagram. Share it on Facebook. Tag me in, and I would really appreciate that. Okay, until next time, have fun, and as always, take action and celebrate your victories.